Hi, this is Ernie. I'm that guy who had 6,000 in a checking account to now having millions of dollars. Today, I want to talk about one of the most commonly asked questions that I get, which is, what should I buy? What stock should I buy? Just tell me what I need to buy. I don't want to learn about how to invest. Just tell me what to buy so I can make money. I know this is probably not what you want to hear, but here's my answer. If you are asking me that question, you should not be buying stocks. And here are reasons why. And even investors who are, or even those who have been investing quite a lot, I always tell people that bulk of your money should be in an S&P 500 fund rather than trying to pick a winner. And let me explain to you. Sorry, I'm making a smoothie at the moment. There's actually less than 10% of money managers, that we're talking about professional money managers who work on Wall Street, got an MBA in finance, work in investment banking or whatever for a very long time. Less than 10% of them will beat S&P 500 performance in a given year. And if you're talking about year after year, the number gets even smaller, like less than 5%. Incredibly, somebody told me that it's actually less than 3%. It becomes increasingly small. So if you believe that somehow, without an MBA in finance or investments, without getting all the trainings that you've gotten from Goldman Sachs or one of these fancy companies, if you think you can somehow perform better than them by picking stocks, I think you might be, I don't want to use the word, maybe, I'll just say it, delusional. I think it's extremely, extremely tough. Which is why almost 80% of my money is in some type of index fund, whether it's SPY, whether it's the Russell, whether it's Russell 2000, which is a small cap. And sometimes I will put a little bit of money, but just like you have seen, SOXL, it's an index fund that's extremely undervalued. And I tend to do really well when I go for extremely undervalued ETF rather than picking individual stocks. So if you are new to investing and you hear people making, I bought, Nvidia when it was cheap or Tesla when it was cheap. Yeah, that happens. But for that to happen, you have to be very, very lucky and timely. So if you have never invested before, you should park your money in S&P 500 fund or some type of a sector fund that is extremely undervalued. Another question that I always get, so hopefully I answered that question for you. But before I move on to the next topic, then when should you invest in individual stocks like I do? When you have enough money, when you have a little bit of money that you can spare, where you can make big bets. As you have seen, I invested in Talkspace. They couldn't deliver. With all this craziness going on, that option became worthless, which is always a reminder to everyone to not buy options unless you are playing with the house money. And there's a video on what house money is. Second, when you do individual stocks, look at my Wolf Speed. One bad news from analysts that said, company might not be getting money from the government. It just tanked 50%. So when you're dealing with individual stocks, you're dealing with a single stock risk. Like some bad news comes or there's an accounting scandal, like the United Healthcare just tanks 50% in a matter of a couple months. So that's why I encourage people to invest in index funds like VOO or SPY, where it's a fund that has 500 companies. So even if like three don't do well, the performance is really, really good. Does it go up all the time? No, it does not. That's not how the stock market works. It will go up, it will come down, but eventually, over a long time, it will go up 10 to 12% every year. So if you have some spare money and you have a conviction, like you've done your research and you have a conviction that it is the next thing, this is where you want to put a little bit of your money, yeah, then put a little bit of money so that that money will eventually help you generate not 10 to 12% a year, but much higher. And the next question is, where should I open my account? Who should I open my account with? It's all about the same, right? But if you are completely new and there's so much more information on the website or on our app, it just makes it a little more intimidating. So if you are new, Fidelity is great, Charles Schwab is great, but based on my experience with some of my friends who invested for the first time, it is overwhelming. So go with somebody like SoFi. I have a link in my profile. So if you could use that link to open an account, I think you get like $50 or $25 for free. Because they just made it simple. But this is not a great trading tool. If you are somebody whose ambition is to buy, sell all the time, this is not a great app. But if you want to put money on a consistent basis into S&P 500 index fund, it is an amazing tool. Robinhood used to be great. And I used to promote Robinhood because the user experience is amazing until they started putting gambling content into their app. So because of it, I don't want people to use Robinhood, or I'm discouraging people to use Robinhood. And if you don't like them, go with somebody else. Some of these might not even be available in your own country. But here's something that you should always look into, and this is me being me. Okay. Remember, I sold my condo, put $250,000 in a separate LLC account at Charles Schwab. And I gave my financial advisor a call. And I said, hey, can you do something? Do you guys have new money offers? And he was like, for business account? Yeah, if you bring in $250,000, we'll give you $800. Yeah, so they just gave me sent me an email saying I'm gonna get $800 as long as I promise to keep my money and actually keep my money there. Yes, $800 for free. So if there's somebody that's offering you free money to open an account, use it. Like for example, SoFi, just like I mentioned, if you open an account, they'll give you $25. I think it doesn't even matter whether it's $10 account or $100 account or $1,000 account. So use it to your advantage. So to summarize the whole thing, a lot of us, most of us, don't have an experience or knowledge or education background to compete against professional money managers who cannot beat S&P 500. So my recommendation, put your money in something like VOO or SPY. Second, use a brokerage that's simple and not complicated. You could open an account and utilize their content and all the educational things, but to make your life simple and not be intimidated by it, my recommendation is SoFi. And then 3, do a little bit of research and find out if somebody offers more money than SoFi, and if they do, that's where you want to put your money in so that you get free money, literally free money by opening an account and putting your money in there. Hopefully this is useful. Hopefully this answers a lot of your questions, or many of you who are asking the same question. Please follow, please like and repost, and send me questions through comments. I have almost replied to all my direct messages. So I'm still working on it, but I'll eventually get there. And again, congratulations to those who doubled your money by following my investment in QBTS. Congratulations, and I'll see you guys soon.